Good morning, everybody, and this is your SP 500 setups for today. So pretty much it was a difficult week to trade, but hindsight always being the perfect science. Still a solid green bar on the weekly, and you see it there. Pretty much a green inside bar, so you can see just inside the previous week's close or open. Close, and just inside the previous week's open. So sideways price action. The first round of earnings that came out on Friday was relatively good. No red flags there. So I think you're probably going to see us. We're definitely trying to build a base here, and the levels you need to pay attention to right now is definitely this area that we're in right now. That is a weekly high, and I'll give you the levels just now. Let's just get them in on the chart, and there's another weekly high here. So that's the zone of resistance that's just above us, and you can see Friday we had a massive rejection bar in that zone as well. But now if you just sort of draw your line on the bottom here along the top, and you'll get to what's looking like a consolidation pattern at the moment. So let's just get down to the lower time frames. That's what we're really interested in, and you see what I mean from the 3-hour perspective. The start of the week started pretty well, but the close just went into this chaos. Oscillator's not helping us at all, and these two levels, there's one more level we need to add in, and then we can start looking at them. So I'll do it on the hour rather. It's too close at the moment. So you can see where I'm picking this one up. I'm picking it up on the swing high. You can see how we found support there as well. And if you look here, looks like we're finding support at that level going into the close on Friday. But being Friday and everything, I don't think you really need to pay too much attention to it. Just draw the level in. It will just assist you in making decisions. Right, so when we look at the hour, you can see what Friday's price action was like. Big up, big down, big up, big down, and then consolidating into a triangle. The levels we're talking about are 4776, in the middle here 4784, and 4789. Now don't forget to smack that like button quickly. Every bit of interaction does help. Again, I'm not going to keep them on my charts, but just to help you just picture what's going on here. I can do it from there. So this trend line on the bottom here is probably something you should draw in, because it is critical. If we do break below it, then you're going to come and test these tails here, and in actual fact you probably would test that area there. I'll give it to you now, so you can see I'm picking up that pin bar, and then there's some support. We haven't really tested that, and that is at 47.52, just rounded off 47.50. That's 47.50 that hasn't been tested properly. So we broke through it on Thursday, came back up, and then sideways. But you can see we've broken this little trend line that we formed going into the close of Friday, and we've broken it at the moment. So take it with a pinch of salt, but I think that does look like a flat top triangle. And typically when these things break to the upside, they do break quite aggressively. Don't think we're going to get much today, because today is Monday, and Mondays are pretty much typically very muted. So let's just look for what we've got here. So to be quite honest, break and retest of 47.89 is where you're looking for longs. I suspect we're going to reject this area, come back down to the downside. So we are ranging at the moment, and I can draw more levels here. I'm just going to move this one up. You can see this area here is also of importance at 47.68. So we are ranging. I don't be too surprised. If I take the noise out, take that diagonal out, there is the range. Look at the oscillators grouping to the upside, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see us move down. Now, if we stay above the moving averages today, then that could be the start of us getting going again. It could be start of a trend. But if we sort of hover around here, then drop below the moving averages and come and test the bottom here and carry on with this price action that we've had, pretty much. We've had bits of it all week, but I think Thursday and then Friday were the two big ones. This is just big show of indecision. So drops below the lows of Friday, and that is right down here at 47.57. Drops below there, I think you'll probably get to 47.50 and just be held up. So 47.50 is something that I would strongly suggest. Let's see if I can just find it. It's going to be somewhere here. Yeah, that's good enough. So you can see there was some price action at this level, but all intents and purposes, that's a round number. The 50s and the 100s and are the round numbers. So we haven't tested it. We did try on Friday, but we failed. This pin bar here came down in the middle of nowhere. Not really any structure, and you can see the minute that kind of stuff happens, then we just tend to go sideways, and that's exactly what happened. So I'm very cautious of jumping in long here. I wouldn't be too surprised to see 47.50 tested. If it is tested, I'd want to see some really decent price action on. I'll take it off the 15 minutes, but I want to see decent price action before jumping in on it. But the other story here is if it does drop below these tails of Friday and come back and test it for rejection, there's a good possibility that we sort of extend the range. I think 8 hours is going to be easier for this. When I say extend the range all the way down into the 4700, 4650 area. So yeah, it's everything is indicating upward trend at the moment, so that's kind of where you need to be. But if we are up and below the moving averages like this today, I'm staying well away from it. We'll wait for a decent break. That's kind of moral of my story this morning. Only really looking for breaks above 47.90 area and a pullback and a retest into that area before I start looking for longs, and not really looking for shorts. Shorts are just going to get me hurt. So that's kind of the setup that we're looking for. Not going to be jumping in long with oscillators looking like this at the moment. So we'll wait for the market open and see what transpires. But don't be too surprised to see the thing continue sideways today. No earnings today. Earnings picks up again on Tuesday. So yeah, that's kind of my view for today. And you've also got the new war in Yemen that is brewing, so that could also impact things as well. Anyway, that's kind of my story for today. I hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.